Pokédex entry number 248, Tyranitar. In just one of its mighty hands, it has the power to make the ground shake and the mountains crumble. Sup, bro? Sup, dude? Hello YouTube! This is Chriz Maniac bringing you folks another Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire battle. And this battle is an OU match versus Steven. Now the reference I'm making in this video's title and in the video's music is Darude Sandstorm. And let me tell you folks, there's a lot of Sandstorm in this battle. 3 out of our 12 Pokemon are Sandstorm starters. Steven's Sylveon, Steven's Tyranitar, and my Tyranitar. Now looking at my team, I have a pretty unconventional OU team, but you see me using this team a lot. I bet you've seen this team before if you went to my channel a lot. Because this team only has 2 OU Pokemon, and the rest are like not OU, but they work very well together as a team, and they cover each other's defenses really nicely. And it can have the ability to go on offense, and it can go on the defense. With my defensive balls and my offensive Pokemon. Anyways, looking at Steven's team, it looks like he has a pretty dedicated Sandstorm team. And the thing I'm gonna have to watch out for is Extra Drill. And I have to save up my Alakazam with my Focus Sash for that thing, because I have no other way to deal with that. Anyways, I lead off with my Crayley because I want to have Stealth Rocks. And Steven leads off with his Tyranitar just to have Stealth Rocks. So we're both trading rocks right here like gentlemen in the first turn of the match. And now my rocks are here to stay. I mean, his rocks are here to stay because I don't have a spinner in my team. But it's a good thing that my team doesn't really mind Stealth Rocks other than my Aerodactyl. So Steven reveals his Mega right away in the second turn of the match, which is his Mega Tyranitar, Despotar, and these guys like to Dragon Dance. And I bring in my Empoleon so that I can just yawn this guy or roar him out if he chooses to Dragon Dance. And I'm hoping he doesn't have Earthquake, because Earthquake would totally wreck my Empoleon. But thankfully, he doesn't have Earthquake, he has Fire Punch, probably for Skarmory or for Ferrothorn. And that is great, because now I can just take one of those. Not comfortably though, because I'm a special wall, and that was a physical move. Anyways, to go for Roar, thinking that he would go for Dragon Dance, but he doesn't go for that. In comes Rainbrigator, Steven's Crocodile, which is shiny, that's pretty cool. And this guy looks like he's the Choice Scarf variant. That's like Moxie, so I want to get out of there because I don't want to get hit by an Earthquake. I go into Shufuricho, my Crayley, just to like take a move because my Crayley is a really bulky physical wall. He goes for knockoff and predicting my switch, which is a good play, and that still does a lot of damage to me even though I am a physical wall. And that leads me to think that he is abandoned Pokemon. Anyways, it comes Despotar, which is a Pokemon that I'm pretty comfortable staying in against, which is really nice. I can go for the Recover, and if he goes for a Dragon Dance, because Mega Tyranitar is for the Dragon Dance, I can just go for the Toxic and stall this guy out with Recover. Well, hopefully anyways. Anyways, he just goes for a Fire Punch, which is a move that doesn't really hurt my Crayley. My Crayley thinks I'm like a champ. I go for Toxic right here, and I miss the attack, which is really annoying. I go for Toxic again, and in comes Vesuvius, or Vesuv, his Heatran, and of course, Steel types are not affected by poison moves, and Toxic doesn't really affect them, so that really sucks. If I hit that poison on his Tyranitar, then his Tyranitar would have a significantly less, like a living rate in this battle. It would die much faster, but unfortunately don't get it. That's what I get for having a 10% chance to miss. Anyways, I bring Leonidas because it's my special wall for this team. And Leonidas, my Empoleon, is actually getting worn down a lot by the damage that's been receiving over the past couple of turns. And I really need to keep this Empoleon for his Heatran, because his Heatran could really wreck me. Anyways, I go for the Yawn on the switch because I know he can't really stay in versus my Empoleon, because he's scared of a Scald. And him expecting a Scald, he goes into Gastron looking for that boost in his attack. I think it's Water Drain, I believe, that ability that gives you a boost in your attack. But I don't go for that, I predict his Gastron to come in, I go for that Yawn, and he doesn't want his Gastron to sleep, so he just switches out to his Tyranitar, and his Tyranitar sets up the sand again, of course, because Tyranitars love setting up sand. and I can't really stay in here because I'm facing a Tyranitar. I go for the Ice Beam on the switch. I just went for Ice Beam because I know that Gashadons have lesser special defense, and if they get hit by a special attack, then they would receive more damage. I get out of here because I don't really want to take any more physical hits from this Tyranitar. I bring in Darude, my Tyranitar, the guy who made Darude Sandstorm. Well, I named it after the guy who made Darude Sandstorm. And that music is a masterpiece, that piece of music. Not because it sounds good, but because it is such a troll piece of music. Because people get really annoyed when people ask for the song name or something, and people say Darude Sandstorm right away, and then they just get trolled. This ages Rickroll, guys. Anyways, my Tyranitar goes for that Thunder Wave on the enemy Tyranitar, and it's a Mega Tyranitar versus a normal Tyranitar, and who will win this match? Let's see, shall we? I go for Crunch seeking a defense drop, but I don't get it. But thankfully enough, his Despotar, his Tyranitar gets paralyzed, which is nice, and I still have pretty full HP versus his half HP. And I can just go for a Stone Edge and eventually take down this Tyranitar. And I get a crit too, so my Tyranitar is really beating out the enemy Tyranitar, even though it's Mega. He gets off one Stone Edge on me, and that Stone Edge would clearly be a 2 KO, but since on my hacks and paralysis, I can destroy this enemy Tyranitar even though it's Mega and take it out. So yeah, who needs Megas when you have a Pokemon with hacks on your side? Actually, hacks could beat anything. I bet you could get like a Bidoof and beat a freaking Mewtwo with a Bidoof if he hacks it out. If he just Swagger Protect or something. Oh gosh. Anyways, he goes into his Crocodile, and this Crocodile would look like he would Earthquake me, but I'm predicting his Earthquake, him for not to go to Earthquake and go for a knockoff, and I just stay in, and I go for that Crunch, just trying to damage this guy. And do I get a defense drop? I don't, but I still get a pretty good chunk of damage off on this Crocodile. And that was a good play by me because he could went for Earthquake and destroyed me, but instead he just went for a knockoff. Now I'm predicting him to go for Earthquake, but he just goes for knockoff instead because he's probably locked into it with his Choice Band or Choice Scarf. I think he has Choice Band though. Then comes Vesuvius because he can take any move from my Crayley, and my Crayley only has like Toxic and Energy Ball for attacking moves or moves that damage, so I can't really do much to this Heatran. So I got off for a cover, predicting Heatran to come in, and my Crayley is now pretty healthy. I get out of there, I bring in my next Pokemon, which is my Empoleon, and this is where I think I start throwing the game quite a bit. Because this Heatran is going to cause me lots of trouble. Actually, never mind, it comes in a bit, like later on. But for now, I have my Empoleon facing off versus his Heatran, and I'm just going to go for that Yawn, expecting him to go into his Gashadon. Expecting me to go for that Scald, looking for that Water Absorb, not Water Absorb, but Storm Drain, that's the ability. So I go for that Yawn again, this is Deja Vu from earlier, and I'm just trying to put this Gashadon to sleep. And I stay in here with Leonidas. And Leonidas could just stay in here and go for that Ice Beam. If his Gashadon chooses to go for the Earth Power on my Empoleon, then he goes to sleep, which is pretty nice. So I go for that Ice Beam, he stays in this time, and he is going to put his Gashadon to sleep. And now that Ice Beam didn't do nothing to the Gashadon. Damn, I hate Gashadons. They're so annoying, they're so bulky. Now my win condition in this battle, my plan in this battle, is to keep my Alakazam's Focus Sash for his Excadrill, because my Alakazam's Focus Blast is the only way for me to beat Excadrill pretty reliably. And the only way I can beat this Gashadon is going for the Energy Ball from my Alakazam. And that's what I try to do right now. I bring in my Alakazam, hoping he's gonna stay in, and he's gonna take an Energy Ball, because most of the time, people don't really expect Energy Ball from Alakazam. So, he withdraws though, which kind of sucks for me, but, you know, Steven's a smart battler, of course he would stay in the versus Alakazam. And here comes Rebigator, he's probably expecting a Psychic type move, but nope, I don't go for a Psychic type move. I go for an Energy Ball, and that Energy Ball takes out this Crocodile pretty nicely. But that Energy Ball would have been much better for Gashadon. However, I still keep my Focus Sash, which is pretty nice, and my Alakazam is still here to play. He is basically my win condition, because if my Alakazam is taken out, then I have no way of winning this battle, getting past that Sandrush Excadrill, which it probably is. Sandrush Excadrill was Ubers back in Black and White, and for a good reason, because that thing can't be toxic, can't be paralyzed, it has Swords Dance, and it has double speed under Sandstorm. That's very dangerous. And the only way to beat that is going into my Alakazam and hitting that thing with a Focus Blast. Anyways, this is the time of the battle when I get a lot of trouble from this Heatran. This Heatran is such a big troll. It's so like annoying. I can't get past this guy. I'm up 5 Pokemon versus Steven, but now I'm gonna lose like 3 Pokemon to this Heatran. First my Tyranitar, then my Empoleon, and then I bring in my Nidoking. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna threaten this guy out with Earth Power. But I don't have Earth Power on this guy. I have all the other coverage moves. So I protected him to switch out, but instead, he gets a Flash Fire boost for a Flamethrower. He just stays in and just keeps like hitting me with like really strong hitting moves. I go for a Thunderbolt, just trying to damage this guy. Hardly does anything. I guess this Heatran is a special wall for his team. But now 3 Pokemon have fallen to this Heatran and this Smogon turd thing. Because I call it Smogon turd because everyone uses it in OU and it's like standard as heck. Yeah, and this guy is still staying in here causing me trouble. I bring my Mega First Team, my Mega Aerodactyl. Hopefully he doesn't have Will-O-Wisp in this guy because Heatrans often carry Will-O-Wisp. But seeing the damage output from Heatran earlier, this guy is probably an offensive variant. I go for a Stone Edge, hoping to knock him out with this because he has a special wall, and it does knock him out. Phew! Finally, that Heatran gets taken out. And in comes Hippopotamus, Hippowdon, and his Hippowdon starts the Sandstorm once again, the theme of the battle, Sandstorm. Darude Sandstorm. I go for the Ice Fang, hoping for like a freeze or something, because a freeze would really help me out in the situation. But I don't get one. He goes for the Ice Fang right here, and it's just a battle of Ice Fangs at this point. And I go for the Ice Fang once again, hoping for a freeze or a flinch, because that's the only way for me to take him out. And I get a freeze, which is really lucky. I am really happy about that hacks, because I need hacks to get back into this game. I just lost 3 Pokemon to 1 Pokemon of his. And that really sucks. I'm behind. I have to get hacks or play really greedy, play really riskily. Riskily is that word? I don't think so. To win. Now in comes the Pokemon I was really scared of. His Extra Joe. His Extra Joe could really sweep me in this case. So I bring in True Joe just to sack him off, and I'm gonna bring in my Alakazam to hit him with a Focus Blast. Hang on with my Focus Sash as well from his attack. He goes for a Swords Dance, and that confirms his Sand Rush ability. And now Sand Rush is probably gonna destroy my Pokemon. Now he hits me with a +2 Iron Head, even though I'm max defense, max HP on this Cradley. I can't take that, and that shows you folks how much of a beast, how much of a powerhouse Escragel is under sand. I bring Alan, and I'm like, okay Alan, you can hit this Focus Blast and not get flinched by this guy. He gets a crit, I hang on with a Focus Sash, it doesn't really matter. And I get flinched, I'm like, no! Yeah, so I am basically dead. I can only win at this point if I stall out Sand, but now there's 3 turns. And I only have 1 Pokemon left for KO fodder. Now there's 2 more turns of Sand, I believe. And my last Pokemon left is Alan, which is 1 HP, and the Sand is not gone yet. So now he's gonna outspeed me and take me out. So, damn, if it weren't for that flinch, and if I hit Focus Blast, I would have killed this Escragel, then KO'd his Gastrodon, because that's his last 2 Pokemon, with an Energy Ball. And I would have won the game with 1 HP, but nope. I guess Steven gets a better end of the hacks right here. I guess that's what I get for freezing his Hippowdon. And then, like, RNG is like, that's not fair, let's give you a flinch, and then it flinches me. So, you know. Anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed this battle. It's a bit of a longer one, but it's still pretty epic. There's no stall in this battle. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this battle, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you did. And I'll see you folks next time!